7:42 on K103.7 FM. There's Loverboy with When It's Over. We also heard from Deep Purple and Kentucky Woman. Joining us via telephone is a program director of Howard S. Billings' hockey program, Scott Colosimo. Scott, can you hear me?
Yes, how you doing there, Brandon?
I'm doing pretty well, Scott, and thank you very much for joining us on a short notice. So I wanted to know what's happening with Howard S. Billings hockey nowadays.
Well, the last year or so, me and Mr. Piss, Brian Piss, the gym teacher, we've been looking into maybe fixing the program back up. As you know, being alumni at Billings, we used to have a heck of a hockey program there, and over the last 5, 6, 7 years, it's just been going downhill a bit. Not because of the school itself, just other hockey programs are starting to really take off in the high school level.
Yep.
And that's they start sport études, so that's kind of what happened to Billings hockey.
Well, sport d'études, from what I understand, it's basically the students get a half day in of school, and then they get they're able to play sports right away. What are you looking at in terms of launching this Howard S. Billings hockey program?
We're looking to kind of go down the same lines as a sport études, but not call ourselves a sport étude.
Okay.
Because, Billings actually offers a couple different programs, like academic programs. One is the IB program, which is an enriched academic program. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, those kids that are in that program can't actually do a sport étude. So we're not looking to, school finishes at 2:15 at Billings. So what we're looking to do is just, once the kid's done school at 2:15, we jump on the bus and we go to the rink. And I mean, a sport étude finishes at 4 o'clock, whereas Billings, we'd be done school and hockey at 5 p.m., and also the kids would get their good academic program in as well.
It's really important to still be able to perform academically while still being able to maintain high-level athletics. So what grades are you looking at installing this program? And are you looking at doing the entire school, or are you looking at middle school? What are the plans in terms of that?
Well, I mean, usually when you start off a program, you start from the bottom and work your way up. Mm-hmm. So last week we had a meeting, an information night just to launch the program to the parents. So we're decided, I had a big an hour and a half speech about what I want to do and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And then we started doing development sessions. So our first one was on Tuesday, and I had such a big turnout that I decided to split the group in two, have two groups on the ice, because I just had too many kids on the ice right now. And we were doing from grades 3 up to grade 6. So I'm looking to, just try and get the younger kids involved, get them to know, what Billings hockey was back 20, 25 years ago, where their parents actually played Billings hockey. So that's kind of the plan right now, is to build it from the bottom and work its way up.
So what are you doing in terms of recruitment? How are you able to get these students to buy into what Billings is hoping to become in terms of a hockey program?
I mean, it's really hard to start off a program like this from the bottom. Mm-hmm. Right now, my thing is just give them a quality program where they want to come and develop. I mean, it gives them a chance, and hockey is now starting to go toward the school level. Parents like the idea of having hockey and their sports and school done by a certain time. Get home by 6:30, supper's ready, and don't have to leave back to the rink at 8 o'clock at night anymore. So that's kind of how I'm recruiting right now, is that way. It's going to take me a while, I understand that, but I think we have a good product right there, and Billings has such a good name, or it used to have such a good name, and I think that's just going to sell itself.
And which schools are you going to play against?
We're going to be playing in a GMAA. I believe that's the plan right now. Again, it's not finalized yet. I still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
But that's right now. The plan is to go to the GMA again, where it once was. There are right now in Quebec. There's about 4 or 5 different school leagues. Mm-hmm. Like I said, hockey's going toward the schools now. So really, a lot more school leagues are starting to open up. So again, we have a couple more options. So once I get the program going and seeing what I have, that'll open up my options, and I'll decide from there.
I have a student. Just say, for example, we'll do a little role play here. I'm a parent here in Kahnawake. I have a 12-year-old student in grade 6 getting ready to make the jump to high school. I'm not really sure where to send my kid off to, because my kid would love to go somewhere where he can continue to play hockey at a high level. What could Billings provide that some of the other schools, what could this program, I should say, provide that some of the other programs might not be able to match?
Well, the first thing is there is no sport études type schools in the South Shore. An English sport études in the South Shore close enough to here for the trial from Kahnawake. The closest one I know is John Rennie, which is over the bridge.
That's in the West Island, right?
Exactly. So what we're trying to do is build something similar in Chateauguay for the Anglophone community to give them an opportunity to have the Sportitude type option. That's kind of our plan right now. Not call it a Sportitude, but have an option like the Sportitude.
And what kind of credentials are you looking for in terms of coaches? Are you looking abroad, or are you looking mostly internally?
Well, right now, I think with the size of the alumni that we have at Billings, and I mean just the sheer talent that came out of that school, I'd rather keep it within the school, people that are actually alumni members to help coach the team. But again, if we get an offer of somebody that's coached at a major, junior, midget, AAA level, I'd be stupid to say no.
Yeah.
So right now, that's kind of the plan. I mean, I had a chance to coach midget AAA. I coached a bit junior AAA. So I'm trying to build a program, but obviously you always need help, right?
And you're right about that, Scott. And Corey Crawford, we have to say, Billings alumni. Howard S. Billings alumni. Of course, he graduated from the school back in 2002. And Scott, one last question before we let you go here. When do you plan, or when would you like to have this program launched at Howard S. Billings?
September 2017 would be my ideal date. Look, we're gonna launch it this year in September, but I don't think it's gonna take about 3 or 4 years for this really the traction to really take off. I mean, right now I'm starting with grade 5 and grade 6 kids.
Yep.
So by the time they hit juvenile, which will be our main team, they have to go through 7, 8, 9, 10 grades. Through grade 7, 8, 9, 10. So by the time they get there, that's when the program should really be in its prime.
Balancing academics and athletics is always a challenge, but it's great to hear that we have people such as yourself, Scott, that are willing to go through that dedication. Thank you very much for the call, Scott, and take care.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Ciao. There's Scott Colosimo, Program Director of Howard S. Billings High School Hockey, leading us up to this look at